Most people think that meditation is some kind of therapy, that when you are very stressed, you sit and basically just follow your breath or watch your thoughts. And in the end, it seems to be something very boring to do. And most people will feel at first that it's actually not changing much. It's not changing, not solving any problem in their life. They still have the same economical problems, the same relationship problems, the same whatever problems. So it seems like just sitting there to follow your breath or watching your mind, it seems to be like a kind of a waste of time. Just but is what the doctor recommended, or people say this is the thing. So they just give it a try, but still feels like it's just something really boring to do. Let me explain you how that's actually not true. And meditation, if done properly, not just following a guided meditation, not just doing it randomly, but actually following specific strategy and patterns on how to deepen your meditation, will completely transform every moment of your life. The first point is that your attention defines your reality, meaning the way you experience reality. Depending on where your attention is, you will have one experience or another in the same situation, the same job, in the same weekend with your friends. Depending on what you're paying attention to, it will be a great weekend, it will be a horrible weekend, right? If you're complaining all the time, whatever you are, you cannot really enjoy it. But at the same time, if your attention is placed on things that are constructive, things that are interesting, you will actually feel that it's a pretty much a great experience. An example of this, for example, would be if you're with your friends and just in the right moment, someone is just telling some story and just your phone buzzes and you're just suddenly just checking on your phone. And when you look back, everybody's laughing. You just miss the joke. You see? If you are not paying attention to what happens around you, you're going to miss it. And that's not just missing one joke. That's missing your whole life. Because you could be working very hard to get to places, to finally achieve this, to have that. But you're going to be sitting there and actually you won't be able to enjoy it because you're missing it, because you're lost in thought all the time. So you really want to understand that your attention is defining how you understand and how you feel about everything all the time. So you could say some definition of meditation is attention training. So in this way, if you are able to release attention from all these patterns on how you see the world, you're freeing yourself, not just when you sit to meditate, but literally in every moment of your life, in any activity. Another way in which meditation will transform your life completely is by understanding how you are repressing yourself. Most people complain, oh yeah, I shouldn't do that. I should stop smoking. I should do more of this. I always want to go to the gym, but you never really find the time when the moment comes, and so on. Like, you cannot control your behavior. You cannot control your patterns. That all comes down back again into what you think. Depending on what you think, you do. So most of the time, people think, imagine you're in a meeting and you're just listening to what's happening, but of course, you cannot avoid to get lost. And most people, in the moment that you get distracted, you will just force yourself back into it. You would say, no, wait, I shouldn't be thinking of this. I should go for that. But here's the thing. It doesn't work like that. If you push your mind strongly, your focus hard back into it, most people think you are learning to concentrate. But what you're doing is forcing yourself, and that doesn't work. And that's the reason why we get into patterns that I would like to do this, but I can't, or I want to do that, but I never do it, and I don't like myself when I do this, or when I think this, or when the other. All these thought and behavior patterns that you cannot get rid of, that you cannot let go, would be the right word. It is because you are blocking them. So what's the solution? The solution is that meditation will help you notice, not when you're gone and you put yourself back, but the moment that you are leaving towards there. So you're going to be catching sooner and sooner the moment where you were paying attention to that meeting or to whatever is important in front of you, and you get lost. By practicing meditation, you will see when you are departing and when you're going away. So you don't even need to get into the thoughts. That apply into your behavior and into your thinking patterns. It implies that you can get free of close to everything. Another general mistake we do is that we try to apply effort to attention. Even when you realize, oh yeah, your attention defines your reality and you should be paying more attention to that meeting and you're missing your life and so on. You're always distracted. I don't have a problem with my attention. We try to force it. But here's the important idea. You will never manage your attention by forcing it. You're fighting yourself. The other way is how it's done. You need to be patient. You need to be quick. You need to be observing your own attention. That's where meditation will transform everything. If you try to do on the go in your day, that's not going to work. That's why 90% of people still have a lot of problems that are very much solved if you would stop thinking in this way and you would stop that kind of internal patterns and that behaviors. Most of the problems of most people will be absolutely solved right away. But one of the reasons why that doesn't happen is because when you're trying to solve the problem, when you're trying to improve yourself, you're actually trying too hard. And that creates the opposite effect. Imagine, again, in the example of the meeting, you may say, oh, I got distracted with the meeting again. Next time I'm going to the meeting, I'm going to try my best to be just focused on everything everyone says. Guess what? It doesn't work because that force of effort will push you away from what you're observing. It's another layer of tension. It will make it impossible. Your brain actually will drain out energy and you will get even more lost. And that's one of the reasons why people find themselves over and over in the same patterns, in the same addictions, in the same, I don't want to think like this, but I think. I don't want to complain about this, but I do complain. All these kind of patterns are made because you're not seeing the way you depart from your base state. And the reason why you don't see that is because you're making too much effort. So this is one of the most difficult points. You want to have like an intense motivation and understanding how important it is, but at the same time, you want to make it like a surgeon, like a ballerina. You manage your attention with ease. That's the only way you survive. And the only way to actually practice that is by sitting, calming, and practicing only that all the time. Bring back your attention to the breath. Bring back your attention to whatever your meditation is, over and over gently. And that structure will teach you that you don't actually need to fight yourself or make any huge effort. That's actually going to drain your energy and going to distract you a bit more. So just stay with the object. Come back to it. Be gentle with yourself. Be patient. And it will certainly happen. Another powerful way meditation is going to affect completely and change your life. It is that you will see your own reactions happening and you will be able to detach from them. Imagine, I don't know, you're working on your laptop and a baby comes and spills your coffee on top of your laptop or something, when you're going through life. I'm sure you can recall a moment in your recent days where something just went completely wrong and you just get on your nerves and you maybe even reacted in a way that you're not proud of. If you go back to there, the more your attention settles, and this starts happening really on stage 5 of this model that I'm always mentioning is the model of samatha. And there's these two books I want to recommend you in case you don't know them. One is The Mind Illuminated by Jula Dasa, and the other one is The Attention Revolution by Alan Wallace. Talking in the context of this meditation, when you get to stage 5, which is a very precise and refined state, the equal to that in your life will be like when that horrible moment happens, instead of just feeling that you're so triggered and you start reacting in a way that you later regret, you can actually see the emotion happening. You see the anger, you see the frustration, but you see it as a something happening. And the moment that you're able to observe that, because your attention is stable enough to notice that as it happens, then it happens, if you go deeper on around stage 8, is where you actually find that inside of all this theater of your own internal reaction to it, there's a state of peace that is transcending everything. It's called awareness most of the time. But you're stable in there. So that's not something you do when you sit. That's something you should be able to access in every moment of your life. And the only way to do that is by actually going for that. So if you find yourself repeating these emotional patterns where you feel like this, feel like that, it's because you haven't really deepened your meditation. Because when you do it, as I said, first you see the emotion happening in the moment, and it appears the possibility of not following it. So the emotion kind of dies on its own. You certainly won't tend to do the bad thing or the horrible thing or say the horrible thing. It just tends to go away. But if you deepen even more, you will find that even then there is peace, that there is no moment in your life that is not embraced by a peaceful sense of being. So, final idea, meditation is not just something you do when you sit. It's not something you just do when you're stressed. It's not a therapy. It can work as a therapy in the sense that it can help you manage your stress and so on. But that's not the point. The point is that it is built, and all these traditions have been bringing all these tools to help you transform your life. Not just when you sit and feeling good, or when you go on retreat, or when you're in that context of meditation. No, in every moment of your life. The point is to be free. Free from everything and everyone. So you're always abiding in the nature of what you are, that is immutable, that nothing can ever change. And when you rest in that peace, that's the moment you will really start enjoying your life. If you're serious about truly understanding meditation, not just the surface level mindfulness hype, but the deep, time-tested methods of the sages, I have a free course with real practical guidance waiting for you. And if you struggle to stay consistent with your meditation practice, join our free community for accountability, live online meditation sessions, and discussion circles that will keep you supported every step of the way. You'll find the link to join in the description or the comments below, so you will never have to do this alone. See you there.